This is an interesting GMAT data sufficiency practice question. I'll classify the question as a GMAT 650 level DS question, geometry question. What's the concept covered in this question? We're going to be looking at properties of obtuse angle triangles. At the end of solving this question, the learning objective is we should know some important properties about obtuse angle triangles, right? Let's get started with the question. The question is triangle ABC obtuse angle is what this question is. Before we look at the statements, take a look at the 5 answer options. These answer options as far as GMAT goes will not change. Answer option A is always, statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 is not, so on and so forth. Get conversant with this. You should not be looking at, these are obviously available as part of the question given to you in every single DS question, but you should not be looking at what these answer options are in the examination. You should know what D is, what C is, what E is. You should know it by heart. By the time you solve about 100, 150, 200 DS questions, this should be in place if you already haven't got it in place. Let's move on. Let's take a look at the 2 customary things that we do with any DS question before looking at the statements. What is the question that's asked? The question that's asked to us is the triangle ABC, where its vertices are uppercase ABC, is this an obtuse angle triangle is what the question is. This question starts with the B verb is. For any question that starts with is, any other B verb, do, did, are, any of these things, the answer will be an yes or a no. You have to answer the question, we'll say, hey, yes, the given triangle is an obtuse angle triangle. Or you'll say, no, the given triangle is not an obtuse angle triangle. So the answer is going to be an yes or a no. For any B verb question, keep this in mind, the answer is always yes or no. And when is the data sufficient? The answer is yes or no. The data is sufficient if you are able to come up with a conclusive answer. If you are saying without an iota of doubt that this triangle is 100% obtuse angle triangle, or conversely, by taking the information from the statement, you are able to say this triangle can never be an obtuse angle triangle, then the data is sufficient. If you are saying that I find a scenario with this data thrown in, the triangle could be an obtuse angle triangle, and another scenario where it is not an obtuse angle triangle, which is when the data is not sufficient, right? So this much clarity is there. Before we proceed, when talking about obtuse angle triangles, I'll start with the most elementary property of an obtuse angle triangle. What is an obtuse angle triangle? An obtuse angle triangle is a triangle in which one of the interior angles is an obtuse angle, right? Here is an example triangle, obtuse angle triangle. One of the interior angles is an obtuse angle which is greater than 90 degrees. Let's say this is equal to 100 degrees. Some of the other 2 interior angles should be 80 because some of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. So let's say this number is a 50 degrees and this is a 30 degrees. This is an example of an obtuse angle triangle. One interior angle should be greater than 90 degrees, right? This much clarity is good to start with. Let's look at statement 1. Evaluate statement 1 alone. That's the next step in the process. Statement 1 says a square plus b square is greater than c square. What are a, b and c? If the triangle is ABC, which is what it says, where a, b and c are the vertices of the triangle, the sides opposite to each of these vertices are typically denoted by lowercase abc. So abc are the measures of the side opposite to vertex A, opposite to vertex B and opposite to vertex C respectively. Now we know properties of an obtuse angle triangle from angle perspective. If one of the interior angle is greater than 90 degrees, it's an obtuse angle triangle. What is the property of an obtuse angle triangle relating to the sides? If we knew the 3 sides of a triangle, what property will tell us that the given triangle is an obtuse angle triangle? Let's say the 3 sides of a triangle are not ABC. We'll take it as A, B and L. For what is L? L is the longest side of the triangle, right? If this is what is the denotation we have, the given triangle will be an obtuse angle triangle. These are measures of the side. Given triangle will be an obtuse angle triangle when L square is greater than A square plus B square. Right? Square of the longest side should be greater than the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. The triangle will be an obtuse angle triangle. This property gets tested every now and then in the GMAT. For example, if you look at GMAT ebook 2021 version, question number 305, I think, tests this concept in some way or the other. So know this inequality. Quickly walk you through 2 more things. If this is equal, L square is equal to A square plus B square, the given triangle will be a right triangle. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. If L square is less than A square plus B square, the triangle will be an acute angle triangle. So this is a property of an obtuse angle triangle. What do we have here? We'll rewrite this inequality. It appears to be C square is less than A square plus B square. So based on what I mentioned right now, had C been the longest side, if C is the longest side, if C is equal to L, L square is not greater, L square is less than A square plus B square, we can deduce that the given triangle is an acute angle triangle and therefore we could have answered the question with a no. It is not an obtuse angle triangle. But is C the longest side? We do not know. C need not be the longest side. In that case, we do not know which of A or B is the longest side and what inequality does it satisfy. Does it satisfy the longest side square is greater than the sum of the squares of the other two sides, or equal or less than, is left unsaid. Without knowing what is the longest side of this triangle, we will not be able to deduce whether the triangle is an obtuse angle triangle or otherwise. Somewhere, if they had said C is the longest side, we know the answer is a definite no. But we do not know whether C is the longest side. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient. So only takeaway for us from this entire statement is we learned this inequality. Given three sides of a triangle, A, B and L, L being the longest side, L square is greater than A square plus B square, it's an obtuse angle triangle. That's the only key takeaway from this statement. Statement 1 alone is sufficient, is not sufficient, rule out AD. Let's evaluate 2. If it is sufficient, let's go with B. Otherwise, let's combine and say determine whether it is C or E. Take a look at statement 2 alone. 2 states the center of the circle circumscribing the triangle does not lie inside the triangle. Right. Let's look at the properties of circumscribing circles with respect to all three types of triangles: acute angle, right angle and obtuse angle. Let me start with the acute angle triangle. For an acute angle triangle, the center of the circumscribing circle, a circumscribing circle is one in which all three vertices of the triangle will lie on the circumference of the circle. The center of the circle, if it is inside the triangle will be an acute angle triangle. Or in other words, for an acute angle triangle, the center of the circumscribing circle will lie inside the triangle. Here they are saying it does not lie inside the triangle from statement 2. So we know it is not an acute angle triangle. Right. Let's go ahead and see whether it's an obtuse angle or a right angle triangle. How does it pan out for a right triangle? For a right triangle, you would have probably read this property saying that the angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees, is a right angle, right? For a right triangle, this is how a right angle triangle is going to be. This is 90 degrees circumscribing circle because all three vertices lie on the circumference of the circle. The diameter happens to be the hypotenuse, right? This is a right triangle. Side opposite to 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. Diameter is the hypotenuse. The center of the circle is the midpoint of the hypotenuse, midpoint of the diameter. So this is the center of the circle which is circumscribing the triangle. Where does the center of the circle lie? It lies on the perimeter, right? It's lying on one of the sides. It's at the midpoint of the hypotenuse. At the midpoint of the hypotenuse. So is it inside the triangle? If it's on the perimeter of the triangle, it is not inside the triangle. We know that it is not lying inside the triangle. So what kind of a triangle it could be? It could be a right triangle, because for a right triangle, the circumcircle center, the center of the circumscribing circle is not inside the triangle. So let's quickly check out, is it a right triangle or could it also be an obtuse angle triangle? For an obtuse angle triangle, this is how it will pan out. This is the circumscribing circle. The center of the circumscribing circle will lie outside the triangle for an obtuse angle triangle. The statement could have said it's lying outside. It did not say that. It gave us an indication saying that it is not lying inside. If it is not lying inside, the only thing that we can rule out is that the given triangle is not an acute angle triangle. It could be a right triangle where it lies on the perimeter, which is not inside, or it could be an obtuse angle triangle where it actually lies outside the triangle. Not lying inside could mean one of these two. So we do not know whether the given triangle is an obtuse angle triangle. So statement 2 alone is also not sufficient. Rule out answer option B. Let's combine and evaluate whether the answer option is C or E. So the key property that I learnt with statement 2 is that how does the center of a circumscribing circle for these three different type of triangles, where does it lie? That property is what we have learnt. Acute angle triangle inside the triangle, right triangle on the perimeter, midpoint of the hypotenuse. For an obtuse angle triangle outside the triangle. Note we are talking about circumscribing circle where all three vertices of the triangle should lie on the circumference of the circle. Now that the statements are not independently sufficient, let's evaluate the statements together. Evaluating the statements together, we know from statement 1 which side is a square plus b square is greater than c square, but we did not know which side was the longest side. Longest side was not known. Which side is the longest side is still leaving us in the lurch. If C happened to be the longest side, we would have had a definite answer, but that's not to be, that information is not available to us. Let's take a look at statement 2. Statement 2 has mentioned clearly that the triangle is not an acute triangle. What does it still leave us with? It leaves us with the possibility of the triangle being right or the triangle being an obtuse triangle. Combine the two information. Do we still have anything that's going in our favor? We do not know. right? We do not know which side is the longest side. So for example, if B happened to be the longest side, it could pan out that B square is equal to A square plus C square. In that case, the given triangle will be a right triangle. Conversely, it could so happen that B square is greater than A square plus C square and B happens to be the longest side. We do not know which is the longest side and B happened to be that side. Let's say A square plus C square, this would have been pointing it to a right triangle. If this happened to be the case, it would have pointed us to an obtuse angle triangle. So after combining the information of the two statements, we still do not know which is this triangle. Is it right? Is it obtuse? Both possibilities exist. So together the statements are not sufficient. Let's rule out answer option C. The correct answer is choice E. Let's quickly summarize it because we dealt with a couple of properties about obtuse angle triangles. So recapping it in probably a minute will help us consolidate the entire idea. Started with the statement A square plus B square is greater than C square. We introduced this idea saying that this concept, not idea, this concept, if A, B and L are the three sides of a triangle where L is the longest side, L square should be greater than A square plus B square for an obtuse angle triangle, will be equal to A square plus B square for a right triangle and will be less than A square plus B square for an acute angle triangle. We do not know which is the longest side. If C happened to be the longest side, then it would have panned out that the square of the longest side is less than the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which means the triangle would have been an acute angle triangle and we could have said the answer is a definite no. But we do not know whether C is the longest side, so we are not able to determine what kind of a triangle is it. Statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Rule out answer options A and D. We're down to B, C or E. So evaluate statement 2 alone. Quickly run through the properties of circumscribing circle where its center will lie for the three different types of triangle. For an acute triangle, the center of the circumscribing circle will lie inside the triangle. For a right triangle, it will lie on the perimeter of the triangle where at the midpoint of one of the sides, the longest side, the hypotenuse. So it's not inside the triangle. For an obtuse angle triangle, the center of the circumscribing circle will lie outside the triangle. This statement says it's not lying inside, which means it definitely is not an acute triangle. On the perimeter is not inside, outside is not inside. So given triangle could either be a right triangle or it could be an obtuse triangle. We still have two possibilities left. We are not sure what triangle we are talking about. Therefore statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Rule out answer option B. We are down to C or E. Comparing the two statements, from statement 1, we knew some inequality, but one crucial information was not available. We did not know whether side C was the longest side. Had we known that information, had we known that C is the longest side, we could have deduced that this triangle is an acute triangle, so we could have answered with a conclusive no. But without knowing that, we can't go any further. So statement 1 was not sufficient. Statement 2 told us that it's not an acute triangle because the center of the circumscribing circle was not lying inside the triangle. But that left us with two possibilities. It could be a right triangle or it could be an obtuse triangle. By comparing the two statements, we're still not better off. We do not know which side is the longest side. This leaves us with two possibilities. The triangle is a right triangle or it could be an obtuse triangle. Right? If, for example, B could be the longest side, B square could be equal to A square plus C square, or B square is greater than A square plus C square. Both possibilities exist if B happened to be the longest side. Because we are not able to conclude what kind of a triangle we are talking about, together the statements are not sufficient. Choice E is the answer to this question.